We're back at the Where Ya At Matt food truck with owner Matt Lewis, who's been cooking up Louisiana-style grub for the people of Seattle.
What is it, do you think, that people love about this food?
It's flavorful, it's bold. I think a lot of times you go to different places and it's like, oh, it's great, they have oysters or they have this. But here, we take all of those things, but we intentionally season them. When somebody gets that nice total package of flavors in their mouth at one time, they're like, wow, this is great.
And while the food is outrageously delicious, the thing I really can't stop thinking about are those beignets. So we traveled to Matt's prep kitchen to learn just how to make some of those sweet, puffy treats.
First step in the process is to bloom the yeast. So we have warm water here that's about the temperature of a nice warm bath, right around 120 degrees. Then we have our yeast and our sugar that we'll use. The sugar will give the yeast something to feed off of.
Okay. And how long does this have to?
This, you want to let it go until it starts to foam up a little bit. We'll set it aside when we start to build the other stuff, and I'll show you the process there. So we'll set that aside. The next step, we start with our eggs.
A very large bowl.
A very large bowl. Don't worry.
We're doing commercial amount
here. Correct.
We beat the eggs until fluffy, then add in buttermilk.
Now, why buttermilk? What is it about buttermilk?
I like the tang from it.
Okay.
I mean, you can use anything. A lot of people use whole milk, but we like the buttermilk. It's sort of like a buttermilk biscuit or a buttermilk pancake. It gives it that extra layer of flavor.
Yeah.
We add in some melted butter.
You don't want it too hot, then it's going to cook your egg in here, and it's going to create a whole nother texture in your beignet that you don't
then
want
what would
there.
happen?
Yeah, it would. It wouldn't be
scrambled beignet.
Scrambled beignet. You'd have a lot of extra texture in there, put it that way.
We add our wet ingredients into the mixer.
I'm sure you all have one of these bad boys at home.
Oh yeah. Replace your car, get one of these.
Exactly. Here, I'll take
And then you can see how much extra foam we're getting now. It goes pretty fast
it does.
on that. So that'll go straight in.
We turn on the mixer and begin to add in flour.
What do you want the dough to eventually look or feel like?
It's gonna be slightly moist, but it'll actually all be intact. Like it won't be sticking to the side of the bowl. So we have a little bit of salt here. You don't want to salt it too early because too much salt will kill your yeast.
Oh.
So you worked all that time to get it to bloom and then you kill it.
We add in chunks of shortening, continue to mix, then add in more flour.
You can see it's almost pulling away from the sides. It needs just a touch more flour. And when you make them at home, that's what you want. You want it to stay in a continuous ball without spreading back out against the sides, like everything picks up towards the center.
Once the dough is complete, we flour our work surface and remove the dough.
That's a lot of dough.
Yeah, and you can tell it's a good dough. Like you want to be able to push it and it springs back. Like that.
We divide the dough in half.
And we're gonna roll this down to about 1/4 inch.
Wow.
So you want to roll from the center out like that.
All right.
And then once you
And
get
then
it
just keep going?
close to the edge of the table, then we will turn the other side. That's perfect. You've done this before. There you go. And now it's time to cut it. It depends on if you're left-handed or right-handed. I always start from the right side, and you can clean up your edge, or you just estimate, right? You want about a 2 inch by 3 inch.
Okay.
Just straight up. And you can see the pullback.
Sure.
That's
people at home
good
just
good
use
structure.
A
you can use.
cutter,
If you don't have a pizza cutter, you can use a knife. You can use anything. And if you really are anal retentive about your lines or you're kind of wobbly with it, you can actually use like a yardstick or something like that. Just anything that'll give you a straight edge that won't push too hard on the dough.
So you don't want to.
Yeah, the waggle.
Now it's my turn.
And then once you go all the way through, then you just flip it. There you go. Oh yeah, you're natural.
We continue to cut the dough to make 2 by 3 inch squares.
So then you just drop it into some oil and
You drop it into the hot oil and you let the bottom get golden brown, then you flip it and you get the other side golden brown, pull it out, drain the oil. A very healthy, I don't know if you call it, that's not actually healthy, but a healthy dose of powdered sugar.
just throw it on there.
Exactly, there's never enough.
Now, we already devoured quite a few beignets at the food truck, but that doesn't stop us from indulging in a few more.
And that wasn't a TV bite there either. You were going for it. I like it.